Hello Alex, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the middle video. Certainly you're doing a great job. It's a lot of information that you're going through. But I like the fact that you're taking your time, you're not allowing yourself to get like too rushed, which is one advice I want to give you. It's a long ride, and if you set up a pace for yourself that is like almost at the breaking point, if you push yourself super, super hard, you'll end up at one point getting frustrated with yourself because your soul will realize that the demands will never end. It's this kind of thing of we have to pace the amount of things that the amount of different exercises we expect ourselves to learn, and to balance that out with the need for spending quality time with the instrument. I've also seen that problem, that when you suppose you go through a whole lot of different exercise, you practice really hard, you will of course start to develop new ideas. At that point you have to ask yourself, did you emotionally get enough satisfaction out of the actual process of working? If the answer is yes, you're in good shape. But if you feel like you're constantly asking more of yourself on top of what you're delivering, then it's almost like internally the wrong boss is in charge. If you're looking at your mind and your body, the soul needs to be boss, and the mind is sort of like the balancer who kind of like does the rational decisions, and sets the pace for the body to go through its motions. So you always want to make sure that the mind is respectful of your need to get emotional satisfaction from the work process itself, because the goal is just a signpost in the future. The moment you reach any goal in life, it's going to be meaningless right away, and then you're going to have to figure out what's your next goal. So as long as you understand that, we're in good shape. I do want to send you an exercise. It's not really an exercise, it's more like a tool, and this is great for fretless. I recorded drones in all 12 keys, and so you can use those when you're doing your interval exercises. What happens is they change every 2 minutes and they go up a fourth, so it goes through all 12 keys and it's like 24 minutes long. And that way you can also learn to deal with intonation while you're doing these exercises, which is super important. So that's for the fretless bit. The question about integrating another technique, my answer is yes. You should definitely explore right hand techniques, and not be afraid to change it up, to try different things, and to get to a kind of technique that really works the most fluid for you. Because there are some exercises that are just more awkward if you play with pizzicato versus Gary Willis or Maddie Garrison type technique. Let's say something like this. If I go like, this is kind of like a zigzag pattern of fifths. If I use the Willis technique, and I go like this, it's much easier, and it still sounds good. The pizzicato will get you a fatter and a stronger tone than the picking, but the more you do the picking, the less of a discrepancy it will be, because also the picking technique will get stronger over time. So ideally you want to just be really, really flexible and be able to shift techniques when you need to. And so in that sense, definitely explore, because also you might find a technique that specially works well for you. We do know already what the traditional technique is, we already know, so you're not losing anything or you're not spoiling anything by experimenting with 3 or 4 fingers. As long as you also understand that there is a sacrifice in terms of tone, and if you listen back to yourself after you record an exercise, you'll kind of be able to gauge where you're at with that. And then when you're in the recording studio, you'll choose the technique that gets you the best tone. All right, Alex, that's it for now. I just got back from LA. I dropped my daughter at the dorms of UCLA, and I'm still emotionally kind of like a little bit frazzled by having the first one out of the nest. It's an interesting experience, changes in life do happen, but it's always good to make a new beginning, today already, when I bought burritos for the family, the bill was slightly smaller than it normally is to get dinner, to get everyone hooked up. So there are small things, that I'm like, well, okay, it's a little cheaper to have 3 people in the house instead of 4. And I also have a little bit more time, I guess, to get my act together on this instrument. All right, Alex, that's it for now. All the best, and look forward to the continuation, and good luck. Bye-bye.